Just finishing up lunch. All right, friends. It is 2 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. How's the market doing? Let's get everything organized here. A little more organized than I am. Let's see. A little bit. All right. Seems like I'm be up here and looking down. Like that. Probably better. Sound check. Sounds good. All right. What we're talking about today is a new service. It's actually an extension of an existing service. My plan from the beginning of the year was to create an advisory, and that's what the asymmetric advisory is about. I wanted to create an advisory that focused on um, very high probability trades, and you got that high probability one of two ways. Either the odds are in your favor, or, from a technical point of view, and or there's been a sufficient amount of research done so you have superior knowledge of those things, of that asset. And the research would involve getting and doing a deep dive on companies in the resource sector. And the reason why I chose the resource sector is that, first of all, it's fun. It it is the place where you find all the commodities that are the base units, the base materials that make up everything that we use. Also, some of the base materials or the fundamental elements that make up money, like gold and silver, but involved in just about everything else from electronics to energy and textiles and many other things. Now, one of the other reasons why that sector is so interesting, commodity sector, is that it goes through boom and bust cycles. This helps us in the selection of trades that could have huge gains with minimal risk by looking at extremes within a boom and bust cycle. All commodities tend to go through these boom and bust cycles where they just go on trending tears, and those are the opportunities that we have been taking advantage of. Now, we don't necessarily trade the individual commodity. I find that there's more opportunity to trade the producers and the processors, the people who are mining those things or transforming them into other things, and their price is somewhat dictated by that boom and bust cycle, but more so by their performance and their ability to enter that market. So it's a leverage on top of a leverage, and it allows us to get really great trades with minimal risk. And so far, that's been working fantastically. The asymmetric advisor started out as a simple advisory service where I would do some research on some companies like miners or oil producers or pipelines or royalty companies, that sort of thing. And we're showing double digit and triple digit returns in just a few months. So great, all fantastic. So now I want to take it to the next level. And that is just trading the straight stock. No leverage. Well, I mean, you might have some minimal leverage if you're trading stocks. Most brokers offer two times or four times leverage, but that's not what that this is based off of at all. These returns are strictly based on the share price of those of those assets. So now I want to expand it a bit so that we can make more efficient use of our capital and our resources and bring into the fold an option service. So this option service will make calls on those specific things that we do in the advisory. However, I think that those will be specific to the people who have the advisory. But it will also look at all the other ancillary companies and related companies that are within those sectors, as well as the market indices, like the gold index, for instance, or the miners index, uh, and any other ETFs, and also individual stocks, where we can use options in specific strategies to take advantage of the market um, behavior, the market profile. And in fact, I will be using market profile or volume profile in a lot of this analysis, combined with the fundamental knowledge of those individual stocks. So I will be in this service. I'm offering two things. One is a course, and it is designed to address the needs of people who are brand new to options, as well as the intermediate players, not necessarily for the advanced people. It is to get them up to speed so that they can very easily jump into this service and start making or taking advantage of options and their efficiencies. Not only the leverage, but also being able to model the market and be able to control your risk. So those are the two services that I'm offering right now. And you can get the whole package right now by going to asymmetricadvisor.com/options. And I think that you'll find that it's a fantastic service, a full package. I mean, you can start with just the advisory if you'd like, and take all the user guides, read those, learn up about trading in the resource sector, and also our concept around a recession-proof portfolio. And then if you want to upgrade to the options and take the course or just the alerts, feel free to do that. Or you can get it all in one nice bundled price if you buy everything at once. So that's what I'm doing to expand the asymmetric advisory by offering this options. Now, the option service itself can completely stand on its own. I will be providing weekly and daily calls on option plays, and only choosing what I think are what I would call asymmetric opportunities. So I'm going to be looking for at least 50, 75%, 100% return on the capital put at work in each one of these plays. That's going to be our focus because that's what we are. We're the ace. So it will have maybe fewer calls than, say, an option alpha or one of these other option picking services. However, they will be specific to to that sector or the things that we look at, and they will only be the highest grade opportunities that we find. So that should do two things. One is it won't require you to be watching your desk and your computer all the time, because these are generally swing trades and even some cases position trades. And two, they are handpicked for their asymmetric risk potential, the small risk with the huge potential profit. So we're going to be much more selective. So where another service might be putting out, I don't know, 20, 30 calls a week, I might put out 4 or 5. But they'll be better calls, and they'll be more directed and more focused on an industry. And with the other services, you'll have a more or a wider breadth of knowledge of that industry to make more intelligent choices and understand why we're creating some of the strategies, or employing some of the strategies, the option strategies, with those particular assets. So there you go. That is the asymmetric advisory service. Uh, Garza wants to know, how was lunch, coach? Lunch was fantastic. It's always good. So along with this option course is way more than just an option course. There's going to be lectures. There's going to be on-demand videos, as well as a live trade room and support area. So you'll always have me available, or hundreds of other people who are involved in this service available to bounce ideas off of. If you have a question about the individual stock or option plays, you can place them there. You get almost immediate response. I should say almost. It's not almost. You definitely will get immediate response because there's people there all the time. It's a very well run support channel or support rooms. There is a public side, so if you want, you can come in to the Discord and look up Trader of Futures, and you can participate in the public side. You'll see a lot of the people there that are involved in the specific services that we have, and you can talk to them. All right, that is all I have to say about what I call the 3D option service. You might be wondering, well, what does 3D mean? 3D is sort of my own nomenclature. I've never heard anybody refer to options in this way, but there are 3 dimensions to options when you play them. There's time, there's volatility, and then there's price, or the amount of bullish or bearishness in that thing, in that asset. Those are the 3 dimensions, and with those 3 dimensions, if you know them and what those are your criteria, it leads you to selecting very, very specific option strategies. So it makes it a lot easier to know why you're choosing a credit spread, or an iron condor, or a ratio spread, or whatever it is that you're choosing. And so that is also taught inside of that course in the lectures. This week, I'll have there'll be our first lecture on the course. All the lectures will be recorded, and then after that, I'm going to be drip releasing content for that course. Our focus really is at first on those traders that may not have a lot of experience with options, and get them up to speed as quickly as we possibly can. And so that's how it's going to go. All right. That's it. But there's so much more to talk about, and I'll be talking actually about the trades that we do in the room, or in our service. And in fact, I may even bring some of them out to the public and release them publicly so that you can get a taste for those trades that we're doing. And so essentially, I'll be giving away those trades to the public, sort of a teaser. I'll also be producing more videos that are specific to trading options, and then the whole idea around trading options. If you want to know more about options, go to my YouTube channel, to the search, and just search options. I have, I don't know, a couple of dozen videos on options. Perhaps start with the anatomy of a contract. I think that's probably the best one to start with. And I can recommend a whole bunch of different services that are out there that provide excellent educational material. We build on top of that. So this isn't like an options educational service. This is a service to get people up to speed quickly to trade in the resource sector. Right? Very, very specific, very poignant, very profitable, and a lot of fun. All right. Now I'm done. I want to thank everybody, and we'll see you next video.